What's up, guys? This is episode 5 coming at you. Basically today what I want to talk about is my designs for my clothes. I mean, a lot of people, think on the surface level of my designs, you think it's just, either a cool design or what have you, but little do people know that every single item of apparel that I've created has its own story. And I feel like, when branding, obviously I tell you guys all the time is that, you have to create a voice for your brand. Because if you don't, no one's gonna listen, no one's gonna purchase, or no one's gonna buy your product. And so I feel like, through my apparel, I've kind of told a story that people really don't even know. My apparel, my designs all come from experience that I've had in my life. And I feel like, when selling, apparel, it's really hard to do. Entrepreneurship is really hard in the sense that, from a clothing line aspect, because, to keep returning buyers, you must come out with, very creative content and innovate the game all the time. I think with my apparel, I tell a story through my designs and my clothing that a lot of people really don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you some of the stories behind some of my designs that I have. The first design would be the college dropout design. A lot of people, know I told the story that, I dropped out of college when I was 22 years old to pursue entrepreneurship. Was probably the best decision I've ever made. Going to school just wasn't for me. I didn't really like it. I didn't really learn much because it just, it didn't really catch my attention. I got bored really easy, so I dropped out and I started pursuing, entrepreneurship, creating clothes, started a clothing line called Rebel Minds, and it went to shit. I did horrible because I didn't give it a voice. And now, 5 years later, learning how to brand, I've given my brand a voice as far as Passions and Paychecks goes, and everything. When you see TW, the first thing people usually think is Passions and Paychecks, and that's kind of the voice I've given, my brand, and obviously I've kind of done it through my clothes as well. And so the next design would be my Entrepreneurs versus Everybody design. That was really because, when I did start doing entrepreneurship, I realized that, I didn't really have as many supporters as I thought I would. I started network marketing, obviously, you have to try to get people to join your squad. None of my friends joined my team. They didn't really believe in it. They didn't see the vision I saw. And so I felt like it was me against the world. I felt like, it was like I had to do everything myself. And so I felt like, I'm an entrepreneur, but like no one else sees what I see. And so I felt like, everybody was against me, even though they really weren't. They just didn't see or have the vision I had. And so that's why I created Entrepreneurs versus Everybody. My second design was the current, or not my second, but another design I did was my currency collection, which I haven't yet to drop yet, but I'm going to. But that design derived from actually a company called IML, as much of you are familiar with. That was the first company that I joined that I literally made the most money I've ever made, and it had to do with foreign currency exchange. And so basically what the company did, it taught people how to trade in the the Forex markets. And so that's what we did. I was great at marketing, so I marketed, this product or service, and we built a team of over 15,000. And now, the company is absolutely flourishing, and a lot of people are making a lot of good money in that company. But it definitely propelled my life, and so that's why I created that, the TW.co with the different currencies within the design, because just to signify, what IML did for me and what the foreign currency exchange, did for me as a whole. Not by trading, but also being a good marketer and and showing people the possibilities of the foreign currency exchange. And then obviously my latest design is Broke Boys, which a lot of people are curious about. Like, what does that mean? Since in 2016, since making the most money I ever did, I spent that money like someone who made the most money they ever did. I went out, party, bought stupid shit, bottles, clubs, stuff like that. Did all that stuff, impressed people I didn't like. It wasn't soon until I realized that, that was just a big waste of time and waste of money. So I created Broke Boys because, this year, 2017, I wanted to grind like I was broke so I could live like I was rich, and, stop trying to impress people I didn't like. Basically try to live below my means, and, as active as I was broke and I had no money, even though, you know, I'm good to go. So that's why I created Broke Boys, was just, you know, to kind of humble myself and not saying I'm broke, you know, or convey that message that, you know, being broke is, you know, okay, but more so to convey the message that, you know, grind as if you have nothing when you have everything. And then you'll be more humbled and you'll appreciate everything that comes into your life. And so, again, that's why the majority of my designs come from, you know, they tell a story throughout my life. They're not just stuff I just made up. And it's really, you know, it's vindictive to all my experiences through entrepreneurship. Some people can relate to them, some people can't, but, you know, ultimately it's my brand, and that's kind of the message that, you know, I deliver. And so that's for everybody who's wondering, like, why my designs, like, where they come from, why did I make them. Yes, they're, you know, they're for entrepreneurs, but they are a direct story of my life.